In the long and bloody history of Westeros, there have been many terrible kings, mad kings, cruel kings, weak kings, but only one king became a legend of pure terror. A king whose name still inspires fear centuries after his death. A king who ruled not through loyalty, but through fire and blood. This is the story of Maegor the Cruel. Maegor Targaryen was born into power. He was the second son of Aegon the Conqueror, the man who conquered all of Westeros with dragons and steel, and the younger brother of King Aenys Targaryen. From the very beginning, Maegor was different. Even as a child, he was unnaturally large, stronger than boys years older than him, quick to anger, and disturbingly violent. There are stories that Maegor killed a horse with a single blow of a mace when he was only 12. Where Aenys was gentle and fearful, Maegor was cold and ruthless, and unlike anyone else alive. Maegor bonded with the greatest dragon in history, Balerion the Black Dread, the same dragon that burned Harrenhal, the same dragon that forged the Iron Throne itself. From that moment on, Maegor was not just a prince, he was a weapon. When Aegon the Conqueror died, the throne passed to his eldest son, Aenys, but Aenys was not made for rule. He was indecisive, nervous, and always manipulated by nobles and priests. During his reign, rebellions broke out everywhere. The Faith of the Seven rose up against House Targaryen, furious over incest and polygamy. The realm was falling apart, and many lords whispered the same thing. Maegor should have been king. Aenys eventually exiled Maegor, fearing his ambition, but exile did not weaken Maegor. It only hardened him. When King Aenys died suddenly, the Iron Throne legally passed to his son, Aegon the Uncrowned. But Maegor returned from exile with Balerion, and he did not kneel. He challenged his own nephew to single combat, not with swords, not with armies, with dragons. High above the skies, Balerion tore Aegon's dragon apart. Aegon fell burning to his death. Maegor landed, crowned himself king, and seized the Iron Throne, not through law, not through loyalty, but through murder. The first kinslaying in Targaryen history, and it would not be the last. The Faith of the Seven declared Maegor an abomination. They armed holy warriors called the Warrior Sons, the poor fellows. Religious armies marched across the realm. Maegor responded with genocide. He burned entire religious camps, crucified priests, executed the High Septon himself. Thousands died in dragonfire. Villages were erased, roads filled with corpses. Maegor was no longer fighting men, he was fighting the gods. And the realm gave him a name that would never be forgotten. Maegor the Cruel. Despite his power, Maegor had one fatal weakness. He had no heir, and a king without an heir is a dying dynasty. So Maegor took wives, not one, not two, 6. They became known as the Black Brides. Some were already married, some were forced into the marriage bed, some disappeared without explanation. When none produced a living son, Maegor's paranoia exploded. He accused his wives of adultery, witchcraft, poisoning his seed. Several were tortured to death. Others were mutilated. All lived in terror. Every pregnancy ended in miscarriage, stillbirth, or deformed infants. The whispers grew louder. Maegor was cursed, or sterile, or worse, punished by the gods themselves. The king who ruled with dragons could not continue his bloodline. Maegor's greatest achievement was the completion of the Red Keep, the massive castle that still stands in King's Landing. Secret tunnels, hidden chambers, passageways only the king knew. But when it was finished, Maegor invited every builder, architect, and mason to a feast. They drank, they celebrated, and then he had them all executed, every single one, so no one else would ever know the castle's secrets. Not even his guards felt safe anymore, not even his queens. By the end of his reign, Maegor ruled alone. The lords abandoned him, his armies deserted, his own Kingsguard feared him. Even Balerion rarely left the dragon pit. The realm was exhausted, bankrupt, traumatized. Rebellions erupted everywhere, and Maegor no longer had the strength to crush them all. The monster had finally become isolated, a god king with no worshippers. One night, Maegor vanished into the throne room. By morning, he was found dead, slumped across the iron throne, impaled by its blades, blood pooling on the floor. No witnesses, no screams, no answers. To this day, no one knows the truth. Was he assassinated? Did his wives poison him? Did the Kingsguard finally rebel, or did Maegor kill himself? Some say the throne itself rejected him, but nobody ever knew the truth. Maegor ruled only 6 years, but in those 6 years, he killed tens of thousands, nearly destroyed House Targaryen, and traumatized an entire continent. After his death, the throne passed to Jaehaerys the Conciliator, who spent decades undoing Maegor's damage and healing the realm. And Maegor, he became a legend, not of glory, not of conquest, but of what happens when absolute power loses all mercy. In the history of Westeros, Maegor the Cruel stands as the ultimate warning. A king with dragons is unstoppable. A king without mercy is unforgettable. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next one.